Hey guys, it's Lukewarm here. So I saw a lot of you guys were interested in solo mining with 0% dead fees, but we're having trouble setting up the Stratum, or we're a little bit intimidated in how to actually get it going. I just wanted to show you guys how easy it is and go step by step on how to set this up. So I am doing it on Windows since I think a lot of you guys will be running Windows. There's also versions for Linux and Mac OS. If you guys have any questions in reference to those ones, I don't have any of those systems right now, and I'm not very well versed in Linux. But you can feel free to go ahead in the Caspa Discord and go over to the Stratum chat and just post any of your questions there, and they'll go ahead and take care of you guys. So first things first, we're over on Arduin, also known as PBfarmer's GitHub page. We're going to go ahead to the Kaspa Stratum Bridge. So first things first to cover, what is the point of running the Kaspa Stratum adapter or bridge? What this acts as is a local stratum on your home network that you can set all your KS0s, KS1, 2, 3s to, and solo mine on your own stratum. What are the benefits of that? Well, there's no dev fee because it's your own stratum, so you are just gonna make whatever comes out. You're not paying anyone else. 2, it's on a local network, so that means there's pretty much zero latency going to that stratum. So all your valid, invalid, and stale shares are going to be 100% accurate. I know that sounds a little bit weird, but you got to think about it this way. If your miner is reaching out over the internet to a stratum that is somewhere hopefully close nearby, there's still latency. There's a chance that your valid shares don't make it there. There's a chance that whoever's running that stratum is not actually counting all your valid shares and just taking some of them. It's not going to show how many actual rejected ones you have or stale ones you're going to have. Running your local stratum is going to show you that information. So keep that in mind. The other thing too, it's going to even out in the end. If you're solo mining, you're going to make about as much as you're going to make mining on a pool. It may not be the most consistent amount of income coming in. It's not going to be like every couple of hours or once a day. Right now on a KS0 Pro, you're looking at anywhere between 6 and 8 days to hit a block. But like I said, if you hit a block, you're going to be getting your full amount. You're not going to be getting deducted 1%. The final thing, the interface is great, and it also helps you overclock. Why does it help you overclock? Like I said, there's no invalid shares. You can set the number of shares per minute that you get in to get a more accurate representation of what actual hash rate you're getting out of your miner. So it means that you can check to see if your overclocks are stable. You can actually gauge, is what I'm doing making a difference on the miner. So that's why I personally am going to start using the Stratum Bridge. I don't really care about seeing Caspa coming in every single day. Plus, I feel like I'm a pretty lucky dude, so maybe I'll hit it a little bit sooner than 6 to 8 days. But, time will tell, and honestly, it should all average out to the same amount in the end. So, first things first, what do we need to download? So, first thing we're going to need to download is the release from Arduin. That's going to be over here. We're going to go ahead and download the source zip file. So, go ahead and download this guy. And go ahead and extract it. This is going to have all the Docker containers you're going to need, including the really cool GUI that you have for your Stratum. That's through Prometheus and all that. So go ahead and download this, extract it. I personally just threw it on my local C drive, as you can see right here. The next thing you're going to need to go get is Go. This is going to be for building the source code. Just go ahead and download it for Windows, install it. It should be pretty simple. Next thing you're going to need is the desktop Docker on Windows. Docker is on all operating systems. It works great. It's fantastic. Essentially what it is a really quick VM launcher. I guess that's the dirty way of explaining it. Someone's going to go and correct me in the comments about Docker, but that's what I see it as. It basically runs a bunch of virtual machines inside of a container. So it keeps it contained in one spot. So all of the stuff that you're going to need to get the Stratum running is going to sit all in this container. And last but not least, you're going to need a Caspa D. So that comes from Caspa Net. These are the Caspa devs. This is what runs your command line wallet. You're going to go ahead and get the Kaspa D for whatever operating system you're going to have. Like I said, download it, extract it, and put it wherever you're going to want it. So like I said, I put it in my C drive. So go ahead and run these installers. Docker Desktop is going to require you to restart your computer. It's also going to ask you a bunch of questions. You don't have to pay for it or anything like that. It's free to use up to, I think it's like 200 employees and $1 million in revenue. Maybe one day we'll be at that point, but it ain't the day with my KS0. So go ahead and install it. Once it's all downloaded and installed, what we're going to go ahead and do is shoot over to our where you save the Kaspa D, and honestly start this first because it's going to take the longest and you don't have to be watching it while it's doing it. So what we're going to need to do is launch caspad.exe, but with the specific flag on it. This flag is required in order for it to work with the Stratum Bridge. So it's going to be caspad.exe, then -- UTXO index. What this is going to do is download the entire blockchain, all the UTXO or indexes, and the blocks itself. So this is going to take anywhere from 20 minutes to 2 or 3 hours depending on your internet speed. It could be fast, it could be slow. So that's why I said just run this now. I can just run in the background. There's no real input that needs to be done on this. So go ahead and launch it. As you can see, it's going to go ahead and connect to peers and start downloading all that. While that's doing that, we're going to go over to our Stratum Bridge. Go ahead and copy the file path to it. And we're going to go over to our command prompt and write cd, which is going to go to whatever where we want in the file system. Paste that there. And then what we're going to end up doing is going over and running a specific Docker command. What this is going to do is build all of the libraries and repositories and start them up in Docker. So as you can see, he actually has it labeled right here on the Stratum Bridge. Oops. Clicked out of it. We're going to be doing the all-in-one. You're just going to go ahead and run the command right here, which is docker compose fdocker command all yada yada. Like I said, I'll go ahead and link this down below. I'll also have all the other repositories down below. We're going to go over here. While we're in the correct folder, go ahead and hit docker compose. And what this is going to do is go and download all of the libraries and go and build them. Take a little bit, and it's going to actually launch them for us. As you can see, there's PromGaffa, and then there's the actual bridge. So if we hop over to Docker now, look at that. Woo! They're all started up. So we go and click on one, we can see what it's doing right now. You see it's checking the sync state. Mine is synced already because I ran this once on this. I have it running on a server now. We're going to go ahead and stop this real quick because I don't really want it to run 2 Kaspa bridges. Same network is going to probably freak it out. Actually, no, it won't. And that's essentially it. Once Kaspa D is fully synced, your bridge will come online. If you need to change anything, like for example, setting the original difficulty that's going to set to your miners, which you do need to do. I was messing around with it. If you set your difficulty too low, you will actually crash out the iceriver miners or any of them. They'll not only will they start spitting bad data, but it can straight up turn off the ASIC chiplets. Mine was so bad when I did it that it just completely shut down. I had to factory reset the device. So please set the right difficulty. He has one already set in there for where they are. Honestly, I found just setting the KS0 at like 500 to 1000 is fine. And then with VAR difficulty, you set how many shares per minute you want to receive. It will auto tune to that. So go ahead and change that. So what I did there is I went to the file system real quick to go change the config.yml. For some reason it's not launching. I don't think it should be, but yeah. So it does have to be running for you to go into config.yml. When you go in here, this is where all your settings are going to be. So go ahead and hit edit file. You can change your Stratum port. I wouldn't change the Caspa address local thing. That's going to be fine. You can change your minimum shared difficulty here. If you want VAR difficulty, how many shares per minute, all that stuff is going to be in here. The only thing you really need to change, honestly, is the minimum share difficulty. Leave all this stuff unless you really want to change it, but I would personally say just change the minimum share difficulty. So that is literally it. Just launch Docker, let it do its thing, and run. If you want to go ahead and use the UI, all you gotta do is go to whatever your IP is for the device running it. So 192.168.116, and then port 3000. It will have you log in. The password and username is admin. You can hit skip when it says change your password if you want to. You can, but why? Then you can just go over to dashboards, KSP monitoring, and boom, there's all your strats. So you can see all the times that I've launched it on this stratum. I've honestly intentionally crashed it out to see what would happen. Yeah, this tells you everything. Tells you what your average gigahash is, 1 minute, 1 hour, 1 day. Go over that, your total balances of shares coming in, all that information. See, we're climbing up there. Difficulty, it shows you everything you could want. So, that's it. Alrighty, and to connect to your stratum, once it's all up and running, you're going to go over to your user interface on your iceriver miner. You're going to go over to mining settings, and then where your pool is, you're going to put the regular stratum plus TCP. And then instead of having like a us.kaspaminers.com, you're going to actually put in the local IP of that device and the port 555. Once you do that, and hit save, it will just immediately start mining onto it. If you changed your difficulty, it will automatically set that too. And yeah, that's it. So I want to thank you guys for making it all the way through the video. If you have any questions, comments, emotional outbursts, feel free to go ahead and leave it down below or over in the Caspa Discord where I usually hang out. If you could please, I hate being a shill, but feel free to subscribe and like this video. I'm going to go ahead and also link my other videos. I went over tearing down the KS0 Pro and actually doing the modifications that you need to do for overclocking. I don't know if you guys have seen my post on Reddit or anything like that. I did a whole temperature test, and I'm actually going to do a video for it too on the KS0 Pro. Obviously mine's modified, but it was crazy. The temperatures that it could reach. And then also went over like what is necessary for cooling. It turns out really don't need to have a sealed cooler on this. So like I said, look out for that video. It should be either coming at the end of this week or next week. It just depends on how much time I have. But yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to reach and leave them down below. And I'll see you guys either later this week or next week. Keep building up them bags.